Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel, and I guess you can call this, for my channel purposes, the official start of the Florida Trail. Today is February 15th, Thursday, February 15th, and it's about 5 after 8 in the morning. Just leaving the hotel. And yeah, this is actually the Florida Trail, except I'm supposed to be on that side of the highway. I think it's the Highway 15. Yeah, Highway 15. And this is at Crestview, Florida I'm coming from. Which is, that's just the parts I seen, just like Pensacola, another absolute toilet. My pack is extremely heavy. I'm set up to go 7 days without food. I changed my water bottles on the side here. I got rid of them Yeti ones. They were just too big, too heavy. But I'm having trouble with these new pouches on the side, because I'll show you the gear specifically later. But these new pouches on this new pack that I got, I don't want to say I don't like them yet. I just haven't got a technique down with them yet. So I'm carrying my normal 3 liters in my pockets, 1.5 liters on one side, 1.5 liters on the other, and then I got this. So my normal 4 liters of fluid. Yeah, we can go over everything else later. I don't think I filmed anything. Maybe a couple, but it's not gonna. Maybe I'll put it in the video. But I hiked from Pensacola to Crestview, and man, it took me way longer than it should have, to be completely honest with you. But if you follow along with me, there's nothing new there. That goes without saying. Everything takes me longer. Let me see. You guys saw me when I was sick in Pensacola, but I didn't do much filming. Like, I got real sick, like sick, where I didn't move out of the tent for 7 days. I didn't eat nothing. You're lucky if I drank a liter of fluid during the day. Like, whatever I got on that Greyhound just kicked me in the butt. Healed up from that. Got a night or two in a hotel, and then I hiked. It's only about, I don't know, like 50 trail miles. Took me 7 days. Might have been 60 trail miles, just give or take, but still, took me longer than it should have. From Pensacola to here. Got here, got another room for a night or two, and yeah, now I'm on the move. Let's get the filming. Let me get my head out of my butt. Get the filming regardless if it's good content or not. So today's goal, my back has been an issue, blah blah blah. Stuff's always an issue, right? This back thing is kind of new with me for this trip. Oh, I did post my train hopping and a couple nights of stealth camping in New Orleans and Pensacola video though. So that's out. You guys have already seen that. Anyway, I'm already talking too much. Look at that gas price, $3.09. And I've seen it under $3, which is crazy because when I left California, when I left out of LA, it was over $7 a gallon in LA. Where I was at in Bakersfield, I think it was just, a little over $6, but still, it makes no sense why I don't believe they do any oil drilling here in Florida, but I know they drill for oil in California because there's oil rigs everywhere. That's not even the cheapest I've seen. I've seen it under $3 in New Orleans and Alabama on my trip out here. Alright, now I'm really off the highway, definitely. Gotta get used to this new gear. Yeah, so starts the Florida Trail for me here on this section. Looks like I'm going to be on Eglin Air Force Base for like the next 40 to 50 miles, maybe 60. I'm not exactly sure, but for quite a while. If you guys want to read that, obey the rules, protect my heart. Already went from Pensacola to that mark. Now I just got to go another, 1,200 miles or so. All right, guys, let me get to my camp spot. Even though I can still hear the traffic, it's just nice for my knees, my hips, my mental everything to be in the woods. From Pensacola to Crestview, it was a lot of highway walking, also beach walking, road walking. So I didn't get to enjoy anything like this. Very small sections. Alright, the Florida Trail continues that way, but there's supposedly a campsite right here which is meant for the Florida Trail. The Pearl campsite. I just crossed Pearl Creek, which actually looked relatively clean. Extremely shallow, but we've had so much rain. Almost daily rain. Some heavy, not, you know, but the daily rain, just if you've ever been in Florida, it's kind of like you get dumped on, then it goes away. Filtering water is probably going to be an issue. Let's check this out. Yeah, I was just looking through the book some more, and this has actually been a lot of people through here. The Florida Trail is popular, not popular like the PCT or the AT or even the CDT, but actually it might be on par with like the CDT. I'm just actually talking out my ass. I really don't know. But I know it's not as popular as like the AT or the PCT. And from what I understand is most people, I'm doing it from, in case I haven't mentioned this, I'm doing it from the, so we'll call it I'm going southbound. Okay, most people start down in Cypress National Park down around Key West, and they work their way up and finish in Fort Pickens in Pensacola. I started in Fort Pickens in Pensacola, and I'm working my way down. Don't know why I did that. Probably I kind of just wanted to avoid the crowd, so I'll just be passing people. But if I did that, I would avoid all these cold nights. Like, it's people that are hiking down south are, you know, already in t-shirts and shorts all day and night. I just went walking up in there. A little uneven, but I think I can pull it off. I don't know if I want to hang here. So I saw them, 2 people walk by. Then I seen a hiker in full hiking gear going towards the finish line. Looked like he was in it for a long haul, so he'd be finishing up his hike here in another 3-4 days. Well, maybe 2 days. Most people get stronger as the trail goes on. I'm the one that gets like slower and slower. And then looking at the logbook, people have been camped here at this site 5 out of the last 7 nights. People going towards the, well, 2 people didn't say, but everyone else was heading Nobo, northbound, which is actually, we're heading westbound when you're in the Panhandle. And right now I'm heading eastbound through the Panhandle, but you know what I'm saying. I just want to get away I don't like all these people. Now, it's the Florida Trail. It's not like the Pacific Northwest Trail where, you know, what I see, like 6 other people the whole time I was hiking. I'm definitely going to see more people on this trail. I'm going to go up here and see if I can't look. I was reading the information more. It looks like I go through this Eglin Air Force Base for like 71 miles of trail. So I'll be here for the next week. So I'm going to go online and see what I got to do, maybe for this permit. I don't like it. It's just ridiculous that you got everything's permit. And again, it's free. But I got to do some kind of through hiker application. I don't know. We'll see if I do. But so I'm already breaking 2 rules by not having that permit. And now I'm breaking off of the trail. And I'm going to be hike or camp at a place that's not a designated camping spot. I'm only like 200 yards, maybe 300, we'll say 350 from the camp spot. I'm only about 250 from the trail, but it's like, this is definitely an old road or something I'm on. Remember, I'm on an Air Force base, so people could come through here training and all. Like that one time I was on the Appalachian Trail right around Harper's Ferry, I think. Like right before it, a little bit before it. There was like Army Rangers just training there in the woods and all. And so I could come up with some training. But whatever. This is fine. I'm thinking about just setting up right here tonight. Alright, 2 o'clock, guys. I've basically, literally, well, not basically, I 100% have been just laying right here on these pines, which is actually wet underneath. So, like, the wetness starts to seep through. Plus, we didn't get much sun back here. So, let me see if I, see, it's just wet underneath. This is where I miss having my foam mat. So, maybe I get a foam mat, because I would carry it up top, but it just gets caught on stuff. So, maybe if I get a foam mat and just cut like a, you know, just enough section where I can lay on my hips, like, so cut it into a 4th. Maybe I could fit it jammed in here, even though I already have a bunch of stuff in there. I could figure a way out. I could figure it out. Maybe I could even, well, this is so bad, I'd probably fold it up and stick it down these side pockets. Anyway, I might go back and get that. I didn't drink that. Still a full Red Bull can. But, so anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just been laying on my hips, and my hips are already sore. My back is already sore. Basically from Pensacola to here, I literally would hike 5 miles, lay down, hike 5 miles, lay down, get a hotel room. So every 2 days I was in a hotel room. I'm not doing that anymore just because it's horrible, and I just need to get through this sore period. Well, that didn't take long. I think I deleted it on my last video, but I said my new tent has these poles. And I said it's going to be an issue because, you know, it's extra and I got to keep them out. Anyway, I just had them out on the ground and I stepped on it and the carbon fiber snapped right here. So I'm going to try to tape it. Just got to get me through a couple weeks, and I'll worry about ordering one from Tarp Tent and getting it shipped to me, or I'll have somebody order it and get it sent there, then they'll overnight it to me. I don't know how much I showed in my last video. I think I showed some parts, but these go on the ends of my tent and gives me all my head and foot room. It goes in here to the ground, so it's all that structure and all the tension from both sides pull from it. Now I can probably rig something up and all that, but yeah, that snapped. As soon as I stepped on it, I heard a boom, and I'm like, oh man, what did I step on? I knew it. All right, on a positive note, my service is horrible here. So I finally got through literally after 25 minutes. It's only $8 to get a set of them. So a set will give me one extra, which I'll start carrying with me. And I'll have another set sent somewhere else because this is going to be an ongoing issue probably. Or I'm going to have to start just storing it with them in the tent like it is now. And just have to figure out my water bottles. Maybe I can put that on, because I could fit the whole tent. I could fit my whole sleeping tent and my blow-up mat and everything on the side pouch. But then it's getting exposed and hitting stuff. I don't know. But I can get them. I'm not going to get them for a couple more weeks now, but the shipping to get them here to me overnight is going to be more than anything. But before I start freaking out, there's worse things. I'm going to just put my feet down there, because if the pole's not in there, that's just going to collapse in on itself, which could be a serious issue when it's raining. All right, I cursed a little bit more, and then I was like, you know what, let me just go get a stick. So that's a little shorter than when I need it. The problem is a dead stick snaps too easy and a live one bends too much, but this will hold up for what I need it for tonight, as long as I don't get any big storms. So it is what it is. I'll work on the other one a little more tomorrow. Maybe if I jam a stick inside of it. Then I got some super glue. I don't have any duct tape, so I use like $20 worth of Tenacious tape on it, which isn't ideal. And some Luco tape. The tape I have is all like flexible, you know what I mean? Or pliable. Yeah, flexible, pliable, you know what I mean? It's got a lot of give in it. That's why I put the 4 sticks around it. But I need more like popsicle sticks would work better, which that ain't a problem. My fatness can go eat some popsicles when I pass the town, but it's $8 for a set. It's something I probably should have just got in the beginning. It only weighs 8 ounces. I'm carrying enough other crap. Yeah, Red Bull in the morning in a tent. My favorite thing. Too bad I'm not going to have another one for quite a while. It's 8 o'clock on Friday, February 16th. I've been just sitting in here since about 5. Not moving. I'm so sore. I've barely done anything yesterday, man. This is horrible. It's still pretty wet, but I was ready for it to get cold last night. Had my gloves, put on my favorite piece of gear here, my buff, my hat and everything, but it only went down to like 50. All the cold weather got pushed back, so tonight it's going to dip down into the 30s. Next 3 nights are going to be in the mid to low 30s, so. Anyway, the goal today is to get up and let's get some hiking done. Alright guys, 20 after 9. Just cut through here. If you remember, this is where I stopped at yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to stay here, but there's too many spiders in it. First of all, it's Florida. There's literally spiders everywhere. But it took like a roundabout way. All I had to do was walk right through there. Be back on the trail here in a second, and then my first water filtering coming up here in about a mile. Alright, every trail has their own version of like a boardwalk. And so far on the Florida trail, it's been like these wooden planks with shingles on them. Which is a pretty good idea to keep the, you know, all that slippery fungi growth and crap off. Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever drank water this color. I just dipped the bottle and there's no treatment in there or nothing. I'm going to treat it and put it in my bag just in case, but I'll drink out of the other clear water I got. There's a couple more water sources coming up, all within like under 5 miles, so it should be all right. One note says it was clear water, and that was from a year ago, and then back in 16 it says this water is pretty tainted, unlike all the other water sources around here, so I don't know. I think it's still good. I remember that one place in West Virginia, if you followed along, Black Creek Forest or something like that, Black River Falls or something, State Park. They called it Black River because it was color like that. I'm going to treat it, put it in there. I think it's okay, but I'm not going to drink it first. I'm going to try to get something else. We'll see. All right, I got to check to make sure I didn't leave nothing, even though I've already checked 3 times. I'm just insane. Speaking of my Be-Free, I was worrying about that. Because, you know, when that Be-Free gets dirty, if you don't have some fast-moving water to clean it out, it just never seems to work properly again. Still filters it just super hard. And then now with these extra large side pockets I have, I'm thinking maybe it would fit better if I go to the... if I carry 4 single-liter bottles, and I can keep one as my dirty water and keep like a Sawyer on top of it, and then just squeeze from that into the other 3, and then this will be my 4th. So I may do that, but I haven't been able to find a Sawyer yet where I was at. See, there's a smaller one. I'm trying to find footprints. I've seen it like a hoof mark on one, but I'm guessing that's like their nose digging in, but I don't see any marks in the sand. This whole trail has been destroyed. You'd think I would see a mark here. Well, these aren't that fresh. Oh, that's a big area. So I'm either fascinated with poop or now disturbed sand. Just can't win my videos, can you? Alright, glad I waited, because this is much clearer. No taint to this at all. This isn't even marked as a water source. So I'm going to drop my gear, dump out that tainted colored water, and then I redo it all. Alright, just melt my fatness down there. Reached over. Got some dirt in it, but that's not an issue. I just gave it a couple extra good shakes because, you know, I think the bacteria can hide like behind the dirt particles and hide from like the bleach basically. But when I put this lid on this one, it keeps spinning. Like I can't get it to stop spinning, so it gets to a tight point. So I must have like cross-threaded or something, and it's screwed now. So not a big deal because most of the time my water bottle should be pointed up, but something to think about and replace next time I can. I think I'm going to go to 4 individual bottles anyway. Then I'll be carrying 5. I'll figure it out, but it's still early, very early in the hike. Alright. I don't know what miles I'm in. I never put my watch on. I'm just going to click back on my 4-Out guides. Oh, I haven't mentioned it yet. That's how I'm navigating this trail. 4-Out guides app. Anyway, just felt the first raindrop and I had service, so I put my phone back in, took it off airplane mode. Looks like now we're gonna have rain from like now basically all day. Just showers though, so I don't know if it's worth it to put on my rain gear, because I'm got my sleeves up. It's humid. It's 62, but it's like 98% humidity, so it's sticky. Feels like I got off the air when I was on the shooting team. We used to get off the airport in Baltimore Washington International, BWI, to go to Virginia to shoot. If you ever been off that airport, man, you're not used to it. It's like being overseas. You just get hit with that stickiness and everything just clings to you. Ugh. It's not quite there yet because it's not hot, but alright, I've been thinking this was marks for pigs, and now I'm positive they're pigs. If you look right there, yeah, you see that little half like a Nike symbol, and then size 8, yeah, same size as my ex. Ow. Alright guys, it's 11:45. I'm 4.5 miles in. I just had to take a break because I was getting all like weak feeling. I don't know if you followed along on Across America. The same thing happened after I was a lazy fat pig for like a month in Illinois. And then I started hiking again. I think it's because I just been eating too much crap. So my body's like, dude, where's all the sugar? But anyway, taking a little break here. It's drizzling out. I'm stuffing my face, drinking some fluids. We'll get on the move. All right, 12 o'clock. That feeling passed fast, but I also ate 2 Cliff Bars, a Spam, and peanut butter and tortilla, and a couple handfuls of bottle caps and a couple handfuls of Sweet Tarts. Refilled my fanny pack with 2 Cliff Bars, some like beef jerky sausages, little ones. Anyway, the feeling passed. Still a little shaky, a little weak. That's got to be something to do with my sugar level, because that's happened to me before. If you followed along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it just so happens that I've been a lazy pig for the last year and a half, and specifically super lazy the last like 2 weeks. I told you, drinking 2 Red Bulls in the morning as I lay in a hotel bed. So anyway, got my new raincoat on. I cannot speak highly of this enough, but although I have not worn in the actual rain yet, heavy rain, consistent rain. But this is Outdoor Research. I think it's called the 4X or 4A, but it's the stretch version. I love it because I hate wearing my rain gear. Everything feels so plastic baggy and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this feels great. It stretches like, I mean, look at it. It's got cuffs on both sides, pockets, all 3 pockets. Hopefully they're waterproof. They're supposed to be. And then it's got super pit zips. It goes from the bottom all the way up to the top. So if it's hot, I can just unzip it basically and be wearing like a front and back raincoat. The hood is highly adjustable. So I'm really digging this, but it should be very good for $300. It might even have been $350. I'm not sure, but it was expensive. And I got a pair of black pants to go with it. But they're not the stretch version. They're just like the 4A or 4X. I forget what its name. I'll tell you the name better once I give you a better review, once I deal with some sustained rain. But as a warming layer and wind and all, and just raincoat in general, like how it feels, it's incredible. Alright, I'm already going to take this raincoat off, but this is Honey Creek, which I was going to top off on water while I was here, although it looks kind of complicated to get it, especially with my sore ass hips. But it says do not filter water here because there's a landfill upstream, so it looks good though, but I don't really need it, so I'm good. I got like 3 liters on me still. Oh, I'm going to take this rain top off, I'm just jamming on the outside. It's like 12:30 or something, I think. I could be wrong on that. I'm somewhere past 5 miles in, but I was going to do 10 today. It's not happening. My hips are just killing me. Like, just, so I'm going to try not to overdo it. So I'm going to just stop at this next campsite coming up in 1.5 miles, which all the notes say bears are in the area. So hang your food or use a bear can. I'm like, not doing neither, but so that should be interesting. Yeah, these spots I'm seeing could definitely be from bears too, but there's just too many. It's got to be pigs coming through. Man, my hips have been... Now, I'm also wearing a hip strap, strapped down tight, but my hips are actually bothering me before I even left for a hike. I spent December in my other buddy Ryan's house. Not the buddy Ryan who I was staying with in his house by myself. But anyway, I noticed my right hip was hurting there just from sitting, but I also was sitting on his couch not doing nothing for a month, so I figured it was just that. But yeah, this right hip, man. And then I also sleep on my side, which is an issue. But yeah, I got this, pains are shooting down. I know, but it's the beginning of a hike. It's going to be like this for probably the first, couple 100 miles easily. We're going to be miserable and breaking my body back in. So I'm in no rush. Oh man, his nose is driving me nuts. All right, 12:45. It's only a couple minutes after my last video. I don't know what time I told you it was then, but I probably was wrong. The camp, the J.R. Walton camp, is like 1 mile up, but why would I probably shouldn't go there because it's a marked campsite. So I'm thinking about, this is some flat area up here, getting off these little fire access roads here and just walking up and looking for somewhere to set up. I grabbed a couple sticks already, prepping, but finding a stick should not be an issue. Yeah, that way I might be able to get water there. Some notes say it's not accessible and it's low, so I guess it all depends. There's no, the most recent note is December of 23, so a couple months ago. Yeah, so I go that way. So I just break off up in here, find a flat spot. It should be good. All right, a lot of deer scat out here, man. I mean, piles of it everywhere. And then you got these like night before Christmas trees, and then you got these like almost like holly trees, these little berries on, but they're super like pointy, and yeah, they're like thorns on them. This stuff should come right out. Yeah, see, it's just it's like wood in here, but it comes right up. All right, I ended up moving just over about 50 yards. It's still not, I need to get 2 more stakes. Anyway, I got a stick up in here. I just feel like this needs to be in more. That way, I think the rain's gonna end up getting in there, but we'll see. But I pretty much got it almost perfect. I think a little off right in here. But the stick's working out. This is some soft sand, so I've been better off bringing all my hyperlight stakes that are about 2 inches longer. I only brought 2 of them. See, this side looks almost, I guess that one side is a little in. So like that needs to come out a little bit, I think. And this side almost looks protected better too. Anyway, I'll figure it out slowly. This is only the, maybe 7th, 8th time I set this tent up, so it'll come around. But we'll see what happens. It should be good. All right, 10 of 2. I got everything in there, but I got rained on, just a little drizzle on my bag and my mat. It's funny because I laid out my bag on the ground and put my mat on to blow it up because it's all a lot of prickly stuff. And then I pick it up and I brush it against that, and I'm like, oh man. Then that one, and I back up, then I brush it against this. I hit that. I hit every single thing you can putting it in. That's just, I'm the guy that worries about something so much, and then I do something little to it for no reason at all, stupid, and messes it up. I'm an idiot, but I'm still very concerned about the ends of this tent. I mean, does it make sense to why I think rain's going to get in there? Like, the tent stops here. I mean, I don't know. It's outside of the tent. Might be all right. It's got that little liner you put up. Oh well, it is what it is. At least, in a couple more weeks, maybe another month, I shouldn't have to worry about cold temps anyway, so rain's not going to be the end of the world. All right, good morning, everybody. Saturday, February 16th. Rained all night, but never heavy, just like a steady, constant, light rain. It says 6:45. It's supposed to rain all the way until basically lunch. So I'm going to be sitting here for a couple hours. There's no need to pack up and get wet if I don't need to. But then it should be dry. Oh, excuse me. It should be dry after that. I got a huge ingrown pimple on my nose here, and I pissed myself at a pretty good amount in my compression shorts. When I sleep in these spots that aren't used for, that aren't used by other campers, I'll just go like this at night and pee, right up the side of the tent. I've been over this before, so, I leave my fly open all night long, weather dependent, but the compression shorts are tight, so when you're, trying to get everything stretched out, and I don't know why I'm going over this, but then it's tight, so it cuts it off, so then when you put it back underneath everything, then it really, so I peed myself a lot of it. I don't know what's with me going to the bathroom. I'm either peeing in the tent, over myself, the tent, stepping in poop, falling in poop. It's just always something. Anyway, it's nice out. I mean, it's not cold out. Tonight's going down to 30, but right now, I don't even need this. I'm quite warm. Oh, I should have showed you guys this. Now, we didn't have a heavy rain, but like I said, it has not stopped raining since I got in here.
See, this is soaked through. So like you can see the screen's wet. This is soaked through, but it's not coming in here. Oh, look at that. Never mind. Yeah, see, that's a problem right there. I got a puddle of water sitting on there. I thought my shoe felt a little wet. See that? That's why I put my shoe up there. I thought that could happen, so I set this up like that last night. Okay, so that's not good. So I definitely have to fix that corner. Yeah, see, it's already doing it again. Sorry, that was probably horrible camera shit, but yeah. I'm about to just glue these up. I'll get it fixed, because I see what, like that, you know. I'm just going to have to keep playing with my tent so I get them corners. But yes, okay, so I guess we're good. But because I did feel my shoe was a little wet. Okay, that's good. But yeah, the same thing up here at the head. I didn't get no puddles like that up here at the head though. So I guess this is set up better. But yeah, I guess it's going to work, but I don't know. I'm still not convinced about that, how that blocks the rain out. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, just as I thought, these are definitely problematic. Now, I guess you got to set up the tent different, because that's just the way it should be, right? It should be like that. But I can't get that like that. It's impossible, no matter how I pull the corners. So I just had a little bit of water down here. Back here has been continuing to be an issue. I just had to use my hat to clean up a bunch of water in here. I mean, the water that's in here is not... It's not worrisome or nothing. It's just, well, it's a pain in the ass. Another $750 tent. Now that doesn't look good. I have to be able to get that one better. And now I have water falling also off the top. So, okay, I need to shut up because a lot of this water is just coming off the inside now and making everything wet. So, yeah, I think tonight's going to be a pretty shitty night. It's dropping down to like 32. And I'm going to be damp at best. So, actually, I should probably put the sleeping bag on. I need it now. It's a little chilly. So yeah, tonight's going to suck because this tent's going to get put away wet. No chance it dries. And then when I get in later, everything's going to start falling on my sleeping bag even more. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah. Alright guys, 9:30. I'm really liking this skylight that I purchased. I think it's called the skylight pouch, but it's just a pocket, a couple dividers in it, but I like it. It's meant to hang your light up there to create a light, but I really never needed it at night. Anyway, it's 9:30. I just checked the updated weather, and it's basically not going to stop this rain until like 3 o'clock. So I'm just going to get up here in a minute or two and pack up everything wet and just get them moving. Hopefully I can unpack at least. It's going to be dry tonight, but cold, so I could stay here. I have enough water, I guess. But I'm going to get some moving now. My legs are so tight. Oh, man, that pain in my hip goes all the way down. I don't know if it's your sciatic or what, like lower back, all the way down. I just need to stretch it out and keep moving today. I got to get a couple miles in, even if it's only a few. I got to keep moving. All right, 10:30, guys. I'm on the move. It's actually probably a little too warm. It's 59 degrees for this rain gear. But I cannot be getting wet today with dipping below freezing for the next 3 nights. And the sun doesn't look like it's going to make an appearance until Monday. Today's Saturday, I believe, the 16th February. Yeah, so on the move. I got about 2 quarts of water, a quart and a half. So I got to get water here. There's a place coming up where the camping grounds. If that's not good, I should have water within 3 miles. Dude, putting away a wet tent just blows, especially the Dyneema tents, because it's just a single layer. So my tent inside is going to be just as wet as the outside. I packed everything up in my tent except for my mat and my tent itself. So everything should be relatively dry. But no matter how much Dyneema or whatever you have, when you're in a wet environment, your stuff's going to be lightly saturated, damp, at best. Everything's going to get wet regardless. And this is not even a heavy rain. But it's enough. I mean, I'm saturated. If you've ever put away a wet tent, it sucks. I hate it. It's just, you're filthy. And especially when you're camping on like sand and all, you're just super filthy. Grass would have been cleaner. But now my tent itself is just dirty. So when I put it up, I'm going to get extra filthy. It's all part of it. That's why I just
said, I need to get out and move. I need to get this all this stuff over with. Stop putting it off. This is going to be one of them trails where I'm wet. Probably more than I'm dry. Just saw my first pile of bear scat. So I guess the notes were right that it said there's bears in the area. My next hotel break, I got to get online and actually see what I'm getting myself into here at the Florida Trail as far as wildlife and all. Alright, I'm here at this creek. I got to get some water. I just filled up my last little shy than a liter up here in the front. These are empty, so I'm going to fill one here, but it's tainted again at that color. But it doesn't look like I can get to another water source until another 3 miles. I think I'm about almost 3 miles in already. So I'm moving pretty well for being sore, but I'm just not a fan of this water. I guess I'm going to have to get used to it here in Florida, though. I probably should be using my filter first, right? I read somewhere about like this clay water or whatever that using drops isn't recommended because like the bacteria or whatever can hide behind them little particles of the clay or whatever. I don't know. I gotta do a little more research before I start talking. But you guys know, whatever I say, don't listen to anything because I usually don't know what the hell I'm talking about. If I do know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you. You should know that if you follow along with me. But I gotta figure out how to get down here without slipping and falling in too because everything's wet and slippery. But I'm only going to a liter and a half, leave the other one empty. I should be good, but just in case. Uphill in Florida, ugh. It's the creek I just filtered water from, just upstream a little bit. It's got like the top of a mountain vibes to it, but obviously I'm not on top of a mountain. The rain seemed to stop for a little bit. It's 50 degrees out. Actually a little chilly, but it's more from my sweat inside here. All right, 1 o'clock. I just checked my 4-hour guides and clicked back to where I was at. I'm like almost 6 miles in for the day. So I'm quite happy with myself. If I go another 5 miles and then go a mile off trail, I can hit a Love's truck stop and grab a Red Bull for tomorrow. I don't know if that's in the cards. But there is a note coming up here that the TT Creek. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm coming up on like the wettest section of this area. So it says. So we've been getting a lot of rain. Everyone keeps saying in my messages like, whether you're beginning, wherever you're beginning at in the Florida Trail, super wet. Whether you're going northbound or southbound, it's both wet sections. Although I seen Big Cypress National Park. That is a crazy wet section. Another reason I don't want to start down there. I want to finish with the hardest, not start with it. I just had service. Looks like the rain's coming here in about another half hour again. It's going to stay raining throughout the night. On a positive note, I just checked my YouTube. I posted my first video 6 days ago. It's already got over 1,000 views, which is incredible for my channel. And I believe I'm coming close. I forget the exact number, but I've had at least 30, if not 50, between 30 and 50 new subscribers. So people like that train stuff. And I'm going to talk more about the train stuff later, but I'm getting some hate in some comments too, which I don't. Some of these hobos are a little gatekeeper, but they're not even real hobos. The one guy that actually hooked me up, told me info, he's a real hobo. He travels to jobs all year long using the train. But I'll talk about that stuff later. I'm all happy. So I'm approaching. I should, especially if things stay on this trajectory, I should hit 1,000 subscribers way before I'm done this trail. So I got over 950 now. I think it's at 955. Which when I first started this, I would have been happy. 50 was my goal. You know, goals change. The only problem is I'm not getting any better with editing or shooting, and I need to. All right. I just seen some guy shitting. Literally, here's the trail. He was like right here at this bush, right here at the tree. I'm like, what is that? It's like camouflage top with like orange on it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's just standing there, bent over, just pooping everywhere. No cat hole dog. Literally right on the trail. Like, right, I mean, right, it's cool. Come on, man. You got to get off the trail at least a little bit. He's probably a person out checking permits, so I better get up here and hide. Alright, just grabbed another liter of water, or a liter and a half. I still haven't drank that liter and a half I filled up earlier. But this creek I got from was a little cleaner, but my water in the bottle still tainted. But this water was like really warm. Anyway, I like rushed out of there real quick. Swallowed some foods. I was starting to get that weak feeling again. I just ate a Cliff Bar, another peanut butter wrap, and some almonds, and some more of that beef jerky sausages. But anyway, you don't need to know everything I ate. I was feeling uncomfortable because I'm like, dude, what if that guy was out hunting and he's like embarrassed now, and he's gonna come back and like shoot me in the back? Kind of weird who thinks of this stuff. So I started hiking fast, but I needed to stop and get water because my day's about to end, I believe. It's almost, I think it's 2 o'clock, or just after 2, or just before 2. Overall, I'm very happy with what I've done today and how my body's holding up. Oh, I should be approaching like a range road. So just should be like a sandy or a dirt road, or sand is Florida so far. They've all been like sandy. Yep, I see it. I'm only 2 miles from the I-10 interchange where the Love's truck stops at. So I push there. That'll make for a great morning with a nice Red Bull in the tent. I don't still know if I got it in me. I think with my next place I find, I'm just going to camp, and then I can get a Red Bull in the morning. But there's something about having one in the tent. It's like a mile off of, where am I going here? Probably up here. It's like a mile off trail too to get to the truck stop. Am I crossing that way, or probably this way? It's one of the first places I don't see that's overly marked. There we go. Well, I don't see any vehicles anywhere, so... Oh, there's a road up there, though, I just saw. Maybe that guy was a thru hiker coming the other way. If he was, I've seen some other thru hikers online, too, hiking the Florida Channel. They got, like, these reflective... They're further down south, though, but they got, like reflective warning vest on. Might be hunting season for all I know out here or something. I'm wearing a Jolly Gear shirt. Someone shoots me wearing pink, fluorescent orange, and yellow. We got some issues, although obviously I have rain gear on right now, but I don't want to give a review on this new backpack until at least, you know, I put some time into it. But one thing I will point out that I've noticed so far is these clips are all tiny and the straps are all much thinner and smaller. And these thin straps, like this one, they turn over on themselves in the buckle. And then it's really actually difficult to unflip it and get it back through. And it happens on my hip belt, happens on the main one, the Y strap, and it happens on this one all the time. Now, I guess, I don't know, maybe it doesn't bother some. It drives me insane. Plus, it can't be worked in optimal if this has a turn in it. I don't know. It definitely bothers me. So that'll be something I work on tonight or tomorrow. I don't know how they flip so easy, because it's very difficult to flip them back. You got to bend it. I don't take it all the way out. I just kind of try to bend it through the, well, that's probably why it's difficult for me. So I keep the buckle on and just try to flip it. Just saw a big spider. I don't know what it was, but it was a big one. Which I actually haven't seen a spider that I was expecting to see. I don't know if I've mentioned this, because like I said, I talk a lot and then I delete stuff out of that portion of the video I make. So, but I was stationed, my first duty station in the Marine Corps was Kings Bay, Georgia. I guarded nuclear weapons there that got loaded onto the submarines and all. You know, we had Tomahawk missiles. Anyway, it was a big compound where they store munitions at. And I stood post like a clown. But that's like, we used to go to Jacksonville, Florida all the time. Matter of fact, we used to go to the Milk Bar, which is where like Limp Bizkit became popular at. I actually saw Vanilla Ice at the Milk Bar, but he came back, he was like alternative at the time. I think it was Hard to Swallow or something. He wasn't rap anymore. But anyway, I guess that would be the northern part of Florida, but out of the Panhandle. So maybe once I get more east, I'll start seeing them. But did I even mention what I was talking about? I'm talking about banana spiders. These huge spiders, we'd be running in the trail, and they'd be there. I don't know if they're really banana spiders, but we call them banana spiders. And they had a huge web right in the middle of your walkway. Huge spider too, like baseball size. All right, I should be popping out on like a trailhead or a parking lot coming up here. I'm done. Although I do want to go to Love's and get that drink, but I can wait. I'm just gonna go check it out, but I'm probably gonna come back here. Go off to the sides here and camp. You can definitely tell I was getting near something because I'm starting to see trash along the sides of the road, or the trail I should say. Can't tell if they're bottles of piss or just bottles of the filtered water because it looks identical. I don't know why I'm continue to walk the trail and get closer to this gas station. Oh shit, I just saw a cop or something. He's probably gonna come check my permit now. Christ, I had to just be sitting here messing around. Anyway, I hiked 8 miles today. I was just getting ready to break off into the woods and set up tent, but this black SUV just pulled into the chopper trailhead. Lovely. Let's see, because you can drive right down this. The gate's open. It might just be a hiker fall, I know, but it looks like a military vehicle. I don't see them, so I'm going to go back that way now, I think. I want to go to Love so bad, just so I can get a Rebel for the morning. I'm going to go set up tent. I'm going to be smart about this. I'll get fresh Gatorade and everything tomorrow. Alright. It's not that flat back here, but what I'm going to do is try to clear this branch and everything. I'm going to set up right in there. 8 miles. I know that's absolutely nothing, but I'm quite happy with that, how I felt up until about mile, pretty much till I started thinking about it. When I got that, after I saw that guy crapping, I got that little burst of like weakness, and then it was a struggle. So the last mile and a half, I was kind of struggling. Because honestly, I should probably push it, but I don't want to continue to sweat. The temperature's dropping. It's already like 45 now, and it was 50. So it's going down to 32 tonight. So, yeah, see, I'm pretty damp. I don't want to keep I just don't want to get more wet and then have to rush around and try to find somewhere up there to camp. If I knew there was definitely camping up there, I would just push it. Or if there is a Super 8 motel there, but let's wait for that for like another week. Oh, so I got some water to drink, even though it's not the cleanest or prettiest looking. Let me dry off a little bit, and hopefully I can get everything set up before the rain comes. Maybe my tent will actually dry out a little. All right, see if it looks any better to you guys. I cleaned out a nice little area. Yeah, I know you're not leave as you found and all that happy stuff, but I'm also have a $750 tent and a $200 blow up mat, so I don't want to get these thorns stuck in there. So I broke off a couple, and then I would like to leave all the pine needles and stuff on top, but they're mixed in with thorns, so I cleared them off. So when it rains, I'm going to get it dirtier now, but my tent's already filthy, so some more sand and dirt won't hurt. But I cleaned out a nice spot. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, hopefully my tent fits in there like I think it should. All right, well, this sloppy McSlopperson is just soaked inside. Like, listen, you can hear it dripping in here. Hear that? That's all dripping up of everything off the roof and everything. So I'm gonna have to get in here. Oh yeah, I got puddles in there right now. I don't know if how well it's coming up, but I literally got puddles, so it's just soaked. I can't do nothing else. It was raining, so man, that's gonna suck. It's gonna be cold tonight. I'll tell you what, I got an itch in my throat and my stomach has been bubbling a little bit, so I hope I'm not getting sick or what. Man, I've been sick enough on this trip already. That's gonna suck, dude. Completely wet, which means I'm gonna get in there with my I got my merino wool t-shirt, and I'm just gonna try to wipe everything down the best I can. The ground isn't so bad. It's everything up top dripping on my sleeping bag, because I'll be off the ground with the mat. But yeah, she's soaked. So this is just gonna freeze tonight. Lovely. All right, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, February 19th, and it's 8 o'clock. I've been up. I've already ate. Used the restroom. I flossed. There's my floss right there. I got to pick up. Yeah, it was a cold night, but not as bad as I thought. It was actually colder in the beginning of the night when everything was wet. But as the temperature dropped, my tent is completely dry now. So I could pretty much knock off all the dirt and everything. It only went down to 38 last night. So, again, I don't know if you follow me, you know I love my 40-degree quilt. It's all I wore last night. I didn't wear these gloves. I wore my hoodie over my beanie, which I hate this new beanie I got from Outdoor Research. It's just too small. It's big enough, like wide enough, but it's not deep enough, so it just keeps going up over my ears. I hate it. I should have never. I love my fleece one I used to wear. I need to go back to that one, that black one. That one was great. I could fold it up when it was too warm. Anyway, it didn't get that cold. Tonight it's going to be colder. It's going down below 32, so I'm glad everything got to get dried out. And I'm drinking a little caffeine right there. And then I know I'm going to go get myself a Red Bull here soon. I'm more excited that I'm going to get a Red Bull for tomorrow morning, because there's something special about, I like waking up in my tent and having a Red Bull. But I did not sleep that well, even for me. My hip, man, and I keep saying hip, but it's really not my hip. It's more like, I don't know, like upper mid-thigh, like right here, and it just shoots down. I guess it's considered my hip. I don't know. I don't know if that's your sciatica or whatever, but man, it's painful. Especially like when you're sitting up and you go to move, it just, oh man. And it actually hurts more when I'm laying on my other hip and this hip's in the air. It hurts even more, which makes no sense. But yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm just being lazy. I got to get up and get moving, but it was a good, quiet night overall. Nobody bothered me back here. So I keep my streak alive of not being bothered when I set up my tent. I don't know how some of these guys do it, where they just set up in the middle of where everyone can see and they don't care. I got to be hidden off the beaten path a little bit. But yeah, so once I get up here, I got my stuff everywhere in my tent. Everything's pretty much dry. I did change socks last night, but I mean, this 40-degree quilt has lost plenty of stuffing. Even last night I kept catching in the zippers, so I put so many holes in this thing. And all I had was my pants on, no like warming layers or nothing. I did need a new pair of socks, because them socks were wet, and I was warm all night. So tonight I might have to put on my puffy coat, but I'll be fine. All right, guys, 9 o'clock. I'm on the move. Should be at the gas station before 10. I'm not going to hang out there and get power or nothing. I'm still good on power, and I think today's only, my 4th day out. I just gotta remember how I got back. Oh yeah, there's a trail. I'm not gonna hang out. I just want to get there. I'll pound a Red Bull out front. Put some good Gatorades in my. Actually, I've been on a little Powerade kick. Since I am like the Gatorade connoisseur, I've been on a kind of a Powerade kick recently. But anyway, get some fluids, and then double back, or I'll check the map out better when I get up there. But link back up with the trail, and then it's going to be a little walking on the base on some range roads, so we'll see. But anyway, link back up the trail and then hit the road. It looks like today I'm going to be hitting an extremely wet section of the trail, so we'll see how wet. Alright, just check the map. 2.2 miles. So, man, if I just would have went last night, especially since it stayed dry last night, I could have. But I hit the rack last night. I got in my tent at like, I don't know, around 4:30 or so, and I was out. You know, normal my sleep, wake up from a nightmare, go back to sleep, but I was good sleep, wake up and no problem going right back to sleep until about 9 o'clock. And then from 9 to like midnight, it was extremely about 9 till 2 a.m. was like uncomfortable, hip pain, blah blah blah, little cold spells, especially if I sleep on my back, I'm fine, but when I sleep on my back, this hoodie, I think this is the Air Hoodie Tech Face, but I might be wrong. It has an adjustable like bead or little clip back there that's inside the hoodie, and it just digs in your head. So I will not be purchasing this again, although I do like it for golf and stuff, but it'll be ruined by the time I'm done with this for golf. Actually, I might not actually need this much more once I get out of the Panhandle, so maybe another month of needing this in the puffy. I'm still going to carry them, but I think that's gear you should always have, no matter what. Pretty much everything I have now is gear I think you should always have. I do have a pair of like winter thick gloves from Outdoor Research. I'll go over my gear later, but a typical morning where my mind's all over the place. Been seeing these signs over here that says stalk hunting only. Now, anyway, I have service, so I checked the hunting regulations for Florida, because I was thinking about the people I seen wearing the fluorescent orange. And it looks like Bobcat's open statewide for like March, end of March, I think. And late season rifle for deer is open in some parts, but Florida's big, so I have no clue what parts. Definitely some hunting going on. So to link back up with the trail where I was going to go, I have to hop on the 10. That looks like a busy interstate, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to backtrack and pick up right where I left off at. No big deal. I may be able to cut in, like in the woods, and cut across instead of going all the way back, but we'll see. Either way, it's 2 miles. Well worth it here in my mind. I might even get some McDonald's. Whoa. Alright, 10:15 guys. Working my way back after a quick $60 spent in the gas station and 10 in McDonald's. And I only ate one of the burritos because it wasn't even warm. Cheese was barely melted. It was actually quite horrible, as it always is when you're excited, looking forward to it. Now, these green cones that were just put out, they were not there when I was walking. I don't believe they were there when I was walking up here. So hopefully a training exercise isn't going on. It's Sunday, it's the Air Force. I mean, there's no way there's a training exercise going on. But I guess we'll see. Got some snacks. 2, 4, 5 Gatorades. And some snacks. I don't know if I mentioned this because I delete so much stuff and after I talk about it, but I gotta watch what I eat snack-wise because I have a mouthful of crowns now. During the last year when I wasn't doing nothing, I never went and got my foot looked at, by the way, which it took 6 months for my foot to basically stop being in pain all the time, and it would only hurt like when I woke up or after like a long car ride or something. It took a year before I noticed that my foot didn't hurt at all. I'm like, oh, okay, pain went away completely. It doesn't even hurt when I touch it, so we'll see. My last hike, it lasted me, 600 miles before I started feeling it. Anyway, but I did go to the dentist finally because I was having severe pain. I went just to get a tooth pulled, right? Or 2 teeth pulled that was hurting in the back. I ended up getting a root canal, I think 8 crowns, a bridge put in, and 4, 5, 6 fillings. I got so much work done, I even paid my own money out of pocket to get them whitened. And when I got them whitened, they're not white no more. They went right back quickly. But because I didn't want to get a mouthful of yellow crowns put in, right? So I paid my own money, and I actually felt like old me. I felt sexy and confident again. But that lasted for about 2 weeks till they faded back. So now I got my regular teeth and then the crowns, which are much whiter. So it looks goofy, but overall my dental health is much better. So that's what I get for years of putting off going to the dentist, and years of not brushing my teeth when I was in the infantry, being out in the field or deployed, and then going through bouts of depression and not brushing them, sucking down Red Bulls. Oh yeah, I bought a Red Bull too. But yeah, so I gotta watch what snacks I can eat, because I'm not supposed to have like chewy, sticky stuff, blah blah blah. I just take it easy, and my crowns are spread out, top and bottom, both sides. So it's not like I have like one spot where I can chomp, which helps me slow down eating like a hog. And it's better overall. But it was a miserable experience because I don't know what goes on with my gums, but like they refuse to take the Novocaine. So like I'll be drooling and I can barely talk, but the actual nerves itself will not take the Novocaine. I'm talking about, he had one visit when I got a root canal down here. It took 14 shots of Novocaine before he could finally access it, and I didn't feel nothing. It was misery. I'm sure they were happy to get rid of me. I got sent out in town, but that's a whole other story. The VA is absolutely horrible with getting stuff done. But blah, blah, blah. All right, just dropped that and dropped my beanie, put it away. I put my gaiter on though, because it's still chilly. I mean, it's only going up to 50 today, 52. Just in case you're watching, Bria, there's Krupp Captain. He stays in the back. He watches my back the whole hike. So when I'm going forward, he's watching everything behind me. Glad I didn't need this for a water source. It's hard to get it filled when it's not moving fast. There's a couple spots I could have walked in there. But when I stepped up, it's such a big step. Man, I realized my legs are shot already, but it reminded me when I was freight hopping. And here I am with this heavy pack. My pack, when I left Bakersfield to go to Needles, my pack weighed, I think, 55 pounds. And that was with not my full complement of water or food. When I was in Needles, I jammed more stuff in my pack. Plus, I was carrying a bag strapped to my front here with Gatorades and chili and stuff. So like an extra 10, 15 pounds. Anyway, when I would go to when I ran up to the train when it was stopped, because I was not getting on a moving train. It was not going to happen with my old ass body. So when the train stopped, I ran up to go look in the car to see if it was one I could ride, and just grabbing on that ladder and pulling up. It's actually harder than I want to admit. My legs were burning after doing it twice. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this on a couple more. Anyway, the next one I found was it had a shallow porch. Wasn't ideal, but that's what I rode. I wanted one with a deep porch. But the ones I kept running up on they were suicide. They had no porches, just wide open. I could have ran it, but I could have rode that, but you can't lay down and relax. Or relax isn't the right word. You can't lay down. You're asking for trouble doing that. All right, just stepped in a bunch of mud. I'm getting the wettest section, they say, for this area. Just uploaded a short, or at least I tried to. We'll see if it went through. I clicked on it and it's not there, but sometimes it all takes a minute with that bad reception and all. But man, it's just uploading even is a pain in my rear. I need to get to a spot where I do not have phone service for a length of time, because man, just seeing the news every day and everything, that's why I need to get out and get on this hike, because it's just it'll drag you down into some negativity, man. The stuff and I try to not get political, although I'm pretty sure everyone can kind of guess where I kind of lean on things, but the stuff that's going on is just insanity. I probably shouldn't get involved in it now, but literally citizens are taking back seats to things, veterans back seats to everything. Let me just shut up. There's just so much craziness going on. And we're not even in election time yet. Whew. Temporary reroute during logging. Should I just go or follow the tape? I don't think anyone's out here logging on a Sunday, but I guess I should just go this way. It's probably going to lead me out to a range road. And I got to walk that down to the next one. Anybody out there? I can see tape. Yeah, it's leading out to a road. I can see it. And I just walk that road down. Yeah, that's that Interstate 10. I was going to walk and then come down here. Oh, railroad track right here. I do not like being out here in the open like this, but all right, back on the trail proper. Looks like I'm going to be kind of running parallel to the Highway 10 for the next day or two, depending on how many miles I do. We were talking about dental earlier. And, something that I did get that I can't believe it cost $500 that they gave me was a sleep guard. It's a mouthpiece. Literally, it's just a 99-cent mouthpiece from Walmart. But it's, fitted to your teeth perfectly, not like you heating it up in a pot like I used to do as a kid, with warm water and then jamming it in your teeth. But so I guess I grind my teeth when I'm having nightmares. So I guess my back molars are like, which makes sense. They wake up a lot with headaches. Let me tell you what, when I started wearing that, because I didn't want to, but I tried it, it's amazing. I feel so much better. I sleep better. So yeah, I actually brought it with me. I already smashed the case and I threw the case out, so I just keep it in a little Ziploc now, but I need to start putting that in at night because it is a big difference. Plus now I don't want to be grinding on crowns in the back. Snap them off. That's all I think about now is snapping these crowns off. Alright, sticking with the theme of all the water sources here. I'm good, but I was going to refill the one I drink out of in the front, but not there. I'm not. Oh man, I have no idea how bad just that little step up hurts these hips. Alright, 20 after 12. I gave in and put my pack down. That left arm going numb, which is always a thing. Plus this new pack, I really feel like these are thinner, not as wide, and thinner, like not as thick. So I think they're digging in more, but I haven't had a heavy pack on in a while, so that pain will go away. But the left arm has been a constant thing since all my hikes. What I say 20 after 12 already? I'm like 6.2 miles in, so I'm doing okay for me. I like to hike till about 3 o'clock. So I should be able to get 10 miles in. But as soon as I start thinking about it, it's usually when it becomes a wrap. Them hogs or whatever animals, they got this all tore up, and you can see where they eat right through the roots. And the roots that aren't eaten through are literally like tripwire. They catch my fat feet being lazy. This has got to be pigs doing that much. It must. That root, that's a thick root tore right through. Although when I checked, it did tell me hogs aren't until like further down in central and southern. But I don't know. It's not like they're in a fenced-in area. All right, 20 after 1. These legs are done. It's so horrible. I have like no miles. But I'm happy with it. It should end up being right around the same I did yesterday. Alright, it's 1:40, guys. I got like another couple tenths of a mile and I cross these railroad tracks. And then 6/10 of a mile, I'll be at a water source. And then it says another mile, I'll be like at a popular training area hunters use to train their dogs. So anyway, what I'm saying is, I just crossed a range road, one of them sandy roads. I think there's one that banks. Anyway, I'm banking off the trail somewhere around here. I'm going to find this is flattish, flat enough. The only problem is around here is you can see a good distance from the trail. So I'm going to walk around up here and see what I can poke my head into. I got good service here, so I'm downloading a couple podcasts. And I want to get all bundled up before she drops in temperature tonight. I haven't even moved from when I made the last video yet. I just checked my short. I got like 990 views already. Shorts are funny because they'll be like nothing. Even though it tells me 130 views and you go in the analytics, I can see it just hasn't caught up yet. It's almost 1,000 views. I got 3+ subscribers. I hate that I get so excited when I get subscribers. Like, this is the problem with our society, huh? And I'm feeding right into it because it literally means nothing in life. But I'm just happy that more people get to see me struggle and know that, like, if I can do this crap, literally anybody, and people say it all the time, but literally if my fat, bumbling, dummy, spam-filled ass, I'm built like a bag of milk, if I can get out here and do this and be miserable, anybody can do it. Like, it can. I used to be a Marine one time. I'm 44 years old now. I am very far from being a Marine. Anybody can do this. Yeah, I'm going to break off. I've already said that, and then I got sidetracked. But I came off trail a little, man, and just look. It looks like there's cattle through here, which it's not cattle. So, now, I'm like, it's got to be hogs, right? But anyway, this whole area is like this. So, I hope, man, if some hogs come through, I don't know how they are with, I don't know if they're going to get in my pack. I can't fit anything else in my tent. It's in the vestibule, but if I had a smaller blow-up mat, I could fit everything actually in my tent. And if people are thinking it's bear, it's not bear. Well, I don't think it's bear because usually, from my experience, from hunting and from hiking, when bears are eating, they're pooping everywhere around where they're eating also. I've only seen one pile of bear scat, and that was yesterday afternoon. All right. A little bit of work, and that's about as good as she's going to get. A little bumpy, but I got all the thorns out, I believe. They're all stuck inside me now. But, yeah, this should work. I'm guessing this way, vestibule, so if I don't need them out, I'll keep them closed as tight as I can, but this should be enough room. The only good stick I could find was that I had to actually do a lot of cutting to get off all these thorns on it. So this knife has come in handy that I've carried with me on this hike so far. Oh, my back. Too much bending over, cleaning up and setting this up. All right, 3 o'clock. I think bending over is something that triggers my antacid. Them hiccups went away. Anyway, I got her set up. Kind of, Chris rigged. But, what is that? Why is that over there? I mean, it's good enough. No rain or anything's coming tonight, so I think we're good. It was a little wet when I pulled it out of the bag. I was surprised. So I must have had some condensation or something on there this morning. So I turned the bag inside out. I have not laid my gear out and let the sun beat on it yet since, I don't even know, what are we on, day 4, 5, 6, somewhere along there. It's Sunday. I don't know if I started Wednesday. I left Chrisville or Thursday. I forget, but it doesn't really matter. Man, nobody's coming back here. I promise you that. It's just thorns everywhere. Hopefully I don't pop my bag. I think I cleared it out the best I could, but that don't mean I got all the thorns. And I could have some in my clothing when I lay down. That's an issue. So I'm going to have to blow the bag up. I would try it there, but then just walking it over here, I might have to put it in there and blow it up, which is always a pain. Not perfect, as you can see. This, I don't think this divot's supposed to be like that. But every time I set it up, it's always like that. She's getting better, I guess.
Alright, well, I can only stand here and keep messing around with this tent for so much longer, so I need to get in there. It's at 3:30. Just did my math on the 4 hour, guys. I did 9.2, 9.3 miles today, so I'm going up. Still nothing to brag about, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I am a bag of milk, so you know, be easy on me. Trying to listen to some podcasts and lay down, I guess. Nothing else is, I mean, I can only stand here so long. There's nothing but thorns and crap everywhere. I gotta get in the tent. It's my excuse. See you guys in the morning. Alright, laying in my tent. And nothing new with these tarp tent tents. I'm looking up and I notice holes in my tent already. Can you, where's that? Right there. See that? I don't know if that's just a hole or is that just it looks like a bunch of little holes though. Oh, it definitely is. I can see right, yeah. Oh, piece of tenacious tape will fix that, but still, like, how is this happening already? How would that happen? Just me folding up and putting it inside of a stuff sack. That's like a perfect little like circle with a bunch of little holes in it. So it's just always something with these tents. I mean, that's pretty microscopic. So I didn't even notice rain coming in there. It might just be real thin material there, but I don't think so. I think that's a hole. But anyway, I'll throw a piece of tenacious tape on it. No big deal. I would just like to have these problems like later with a tent, not a brand new tent, not a $750 brand new tent.